What about you? You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Basu. I'm here with my parents.
Ah, wonderful. Welcome.
They told me to come.
They told you. I like that Basu is very honest. I'm very happy that you're here. I'm very happy they told you to come. So this is a combined session with the children also here. Who are the teachers of the children? First I want to see that. Who is going to teach them? Huh?
We had a meeting and we had put together a rough draft of what to do and what not to do. But people who've done this before, they said that it was a pretty smooth flowing thing. Yeah, that things will all come together as we get to class. And we have a few activities that we have planned.
Yeah.
But
I
didn't have any time to come early and get set up. I would have liked to come about an hour early.
No problem, that's okay. But I just want to know who is the one teaching the children? Who are the people who are in charge of the children? I'd like to meet them. Ah, okay. Please stand up. Yeah.
I can volunteer.
Yeah? No. Hey, yeah, stand up. So Prahlad is there. What about you, Paul? Can you lend a hand? Yeah, please stand up. Stand up? Yeah. No, children don't stand up. Yeah.
She was going to help
You're going to help?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, stand up then. Sorry. Yeah.
Stand up.
Say what did you want to say? You would rather listen to me? Is that what you were saying? You want to attend some of them. See, that's what is happening with everybody. All the teachers are being co-opted into discovering Ananda. And so we have to see, okay, you are there, I'm very happy. And then Neelu can lend a hand. Yeah, please stand up. Yes. I'm very happy with this. So these are the three people we need to know. These are the three people who are going to be in charge of teaching the children. What I'd like to see is tomorrow in the satsang session at around 8 o'clock. Whatever you have taught, they can perform, they can teach, they can chant something. That would be very nice. So we can do that. So would you like to take the children now to the next room so that we can have a session here? Yes? And they can join us for tea break later. Yeah? You can come forward a little bit. Prabhakarji, can you come here? Come closer.
I know.
I think I don't know your name. Tell me. No, your name I know. This one? No. Behind you? Bhavana. Wonderful. Welcome. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviram Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. For a topic on what is Ananda, everybody looks pretty happy. No, I had expected everybody to come with long face, because after all, the ones to discover what is Ananda, that means what? If we are going to a retreat to discover what is Ananda, that means we don't know, correct? So then we should have a long face to discover what is Ananda. Then on the contrary, if we have a happy face, that means we already know what is Ananda, correct? Then we should not be here, right? So this is a very interesting paradox. We are all here, and what is this Ananda? We have some time to understand and discover. And the word Ananda comes from the root verb Nand. Nand means to rejoice. Nand, to rejoice. And the prefix A, it's not a small thing. Like I told you, Sanskrit is a language, Every A and U makes the difference to the word that we are using. So A means, A samantat means completely without any trace of anything, any inhibiting trace. Ananda means the rejoicing without any trace of what? Any lesha of sorrow. That is why we are here. Usually every joy is laced with sorrow. This is our, bread and butter. You ask anybody, how are you doing? What is the thing? They make a sign. Yeah. When I first came to this country, I said, "Ye kya hai? What is this?" It reminded me that somebody is on a precipice, about to fall off. What is this? And, this needs to, that sleep function should be, because otherwise I will be constantly distracted. Please turn off the sleep function. And so all the time this hand goes like this. How are you? How is the job? How is the spouse? The hand moves even faster at that time. Especially if they have been married for a long time. Huh? The hand starts to wobble at an alarming rate. When you start asking significant questions about the significant other. Yeah. So, first I thought, what is this? Then somebody explained to me, this means so. Means certain things are wonderful. This is the uptake. And then certain other things don't ask. Very wonderful, not so good. Very wonderful, not so good. So this is our life. How is the new job? Great. But there's always but. ... No, what is really the ... No, let us not spoil the mood. Don't ask about the dots. Let us not fill in the blanks. No, really, what is the problem? You said you like the job. What's wrong? Well, the boss is no good. But you left the last job because the boss was no good, correct? Yeah. So the same boss also came to the new job? No. Different job, boss. Same karma, that's all. How is the house? How is the new house? Wonderful, but what is the but? It leaks wherever it rains. That's the only thing. When it rains outside, it pours inside. This is the thing. So everything has this ifs, buts. So the Ananda, in fact it cannot be called Ananda, correct? Ananda means that which has no reservations, no limitations, and no ifs, buts, whys or hows about it. But all our Ananda is truncated by punctuation marks. Ananda : meaning there is a subtitle, Yesterday I had Ananda, today it is gone. Correct? Ananda, comma. Ananda ... Ananda exclamation point, but just for briefly. After that, the opposite of that is prevailing. Correct? So this is what is called, in Sanskrit the word is lesha. Lesha means shesha, really. Lesha means shesha. Shesha means lesha. Residue. So every so-called Ananda is ready with a residue of unhappiness, always lacing the experience of what we call Ananda. So this is something to see and understand. And we don't need a retreat to understand this, correct? If we have lived, we know this is the situation. We don't need a retreat to say that all my happiness is everything that I consider happy is truncated. It has certain shadow of what if, but maybe, maybe not. And even if there is no shadow of unhappiness, the shadow still comes. How? Because this joy is going to end. Last time I was here, I told you the story of the 5-year-old girl eating ice cream and crying into her ice cream. Why are you crying? You don't like ice cream? No, I love ice cream. Then why are you crying? Because it's going to finish soon. It's going to finish soon. And to keep Vedanta teachers like myself in circulation, there is a rampant misunderstanding about Ananda. And so many doubts, so many fears, so many difficulties, and so much misunderstanding around this. Before I met Svatmavidyanandaji, my teacher, before I met Pujya Swamiji, I went to listen to somebody's lecture. Somebody was talking, and like so many of you just walked into this retreat without knowing anything, I also took the chance and went and listened to this person. And the person was talking something, I don't know what the topic was. I had just found out there is some spiritual talks. I also went and sat. And the teacher said, this Ananda is not for the faint of heart. This Ananda is for only the special chosen few. The Ananda talked about in the Upanishads. This Ananda asamantat nandayati, the one who rejoices without any shesha, without any lesha of sorrow, without any fear of it becoming finite. This infinite joy, this supreme, and the word that was used was what? Supreme bliss. Wow. And of course the B is always in capital letters. I don't know why, but that is something to talk about in satsang. Okay? So this supreme bliss you have to have, and it is a special experience. And only a few people can have it. And then I asked, because some question answer time was there after this. This was just a gist I am giving. When I asked, what is this special bliss? No, only those who know. Yaf pashyati sapashyati. Those who know. Those who don't know. As though this is something very profound. Okay? Then, those who know don't talk. Those who talk don't know. This was said after a 2-hour lecture, mind you. Those who talk don't know. Then what was there to talk for 2 hours? So then I couldn't give it up. I said, okay then, if it's a special experience, all right, fine, I'll take your word for it. How do you get there? What do you do? No, in this something happens. So mysteriously the Bhagavan's pleasure descends upon you through the various chakras, and then the chakras open, and then this bliss descends, and then after this bliss descends, I said, what should happen for this bliss to descend? For the bliss to descend, Kundalini must ascend. Okay? So the ascent of the Kundalini and the descent of the bliss. And then you have this special experience. Then I said, how long does it last? For a long time. I said, and then what? Are you back to the same old? There was no answer given, Yeah. And in the first meeting I had with Pujya Swamiji, that was my first question. I said, is Ananda an experience? I said, the experience, he said something very beautiful. He said, it is the nature of the experiencer. He said 2 things. No experience is opposed to it. At the same time, it is the nature of the experiencer. this is what it was. And that really shifted my understanding. So, like I said, there is rampant confusion about this Ananda. This Ananda connected, and this Ananda they will connect to some high words. Brahman, Brahmanaha Ananda, Brahmananda. So there is that kind of Ananda, and every Swami is called Ananda. There is another Ananda now we have to understand. and this Ananda as some kind of a remote special experience. This is a rampant confusion, which first thing we have to debunk that, otherwise we cannot proceed forward with this retreat. And I'm not surprised that many people think that this Ananda is a special experience, and it's a special kind of Ananda that somehow comes in this, heat of meditation. I'm not surprised, because that is how the human quest is. The human quest is always for some special things, correct? We want some special experiences. In fact, the human quest is nothing but experience hunting, correct? Yeah. We keep hunting for experiences. You move to a new town, first thing you have to find out either kya hai, what all is there, what are all the things that I can experience. I, the experiencer, am away from all these experiences which are specific to this particular town. Whether it's a coffee shop, a happening place where everybody comes and reads paper and does, crossword puzzles and all these things. What is that other one? Sudoku? Yeah. Number game. And then there are other discos, some other younger people, they want discos and dances and all these things. That is also something to experience. Then the elderly people, they will say, first thing, where are all the temples? Let me find the temples. And people who are, wanting spiritual discourses, they will look in that section of the paper, where is that happening? I want to see that. But nonetheless, the one who is questing, the searching individual, who is this searching individual? The one who is a seeker. A seeker is the one. And why is the person seeking? The person is seeking something special. That's all it is. The person is seeking something never had before. And that's why there are so many restaurants in Atlanta and everywhere else. Because you get tired of the same experience after a little while, correct? That newness factor has to be there, because that is what makes the seeking, somehow fulfilled, because it has to be new. So if it's a new restaurant, immediately beeline, new cruise, new restaurant. And I don't understand why, because new restaurant means, really speaking the same things, same food group, same things. Either you fry it, or you boil it, or you saute it, or you heat it up, microwave it. It's some action of fire and water over the, food groups and grains and vegetables. That's all. We are not going to discuss the other things. And this is all there is. Gita talks about it. Bhagavad Gita in the 15th chapter classifies food according to how it is eaten. Yeah. Pachami annam chaturvidham. Bhagavan says in the form of the Vaishvanara. Vaishvanara means the one, the digestive one who is in the form of the digestive fire. I cook 4 types of food. Carbohydrates, sugars, no. The types of food are classified according to how the mode of eating. One is that which is chewed, correct? Yeah. But what if I don't have any teeth? Not what if I don't have any teeth, because you can always get dentures and implants. We are living in the modern age. Certain things are useless even if you have teeth. There is a particular type of mango, that comes. You don't get it here. Here all these Mexican mangoes are infiltrating the market. These mangoes are useless. You're talking of the Indian mango where it is juice and seed. That's all it is. Yeah. So you make a hole at the bottom and it is called choshyam. You suck it out. Yeah. In relation to the mango, you become a temporary vampire. That's the only way to enjoy the mango. You just have to suck out the essence of the mango. It's very tasty, small. I don't know if anybody has experienced that. Yeah. Yeah, almost, it's almost Ananda. Yeah, very nice. That is called Joshyam. So things that you chew, things that you chew, things that you suck, and certain things you only have to lick, and that is called Lehya. It's applicable to all certain Ayurvedic medicines, Teeth are useless. You have to use the tongue. Like certain textures like honey is Lehyam, Joshyam, and then what? Peyam, things to drink with the help of a straw or even otherwise. Things, liquids, solids, semi-solids like this. 4 types of food is classified in the Bhagavad Gita. And the same thing is served by the restaurants also. Yeah. Smoothie comes in between Peyam and Lehyam. Correct? It's fun to look at all the American dishes and see where they fall. And certain things you have to chew. So every restaurant, this is the point I was making, every restaurant is only serving that which can be eaten. Either you take the 4 kinds of food groups and the pyramid, all this, or you take the 4 ways of eating. It doesn't matter, every restaurant is serving that alone. So what is the point? And then another thing we have to remember is that the restaurant is, all the restaurants are for just 3 inches in the form of the tongue. Yeah. Once you swallow, it doesn't matter whether you have had Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Thai food, Mexican food, Italian food, it doesn't matter. You may as well be on a feeding tube. Because the restaurant is just for those, the yantra of tasting. What is that? Called the tongue. And so for this little fellow of 3 inches long, restaurants galore. In fact, people drive just to go to this particular restaurant. Why? Because it is an experience. It's a big experience. And what is this experience? The experience, some bhoga is there. This is called, by the Panchadashikara and also by the Upanishad, this is called Vishayananda. Vishayananda means what? Vishaya means objects. So the Ananda, the joy that is attributed to, listen carefully. I am not saying that the joy that belongs to the object, no. The joy that is attributed to the object by who? The experience hunter. Yeah. Who is the experience hunter? Yours truly, everyone. Hunting. So one restaurant ho gaya, oh, I have eaten there. It was very nice, okay, I'll go next time, but that's done. What is new in town? And that's why, obligingly the capitalist culture keeps opening new shops. Yeah. First there is the grand opening. And then everybody goes, some balloons will be there, white, red, blue balloons will be there, and grand opening. You dress up grandly and go. And then what? Close out. That is another experience, because you go there early and get everything that you can at half price, 1/4 price, no price, low price, everything, and then close out. Then a few weeks later, the same establishment under a different name, another grand opening, correct? Yeah. So the global consumerist culture is just basically going according to one's ignorance, really. Because it is the ignorance. This is what the Veda will tell later. I am going to talk about it in the next session. It is the ignorance that makes one seek. Because I don't know. What don't I know? That what I seek is already what I am. And like Vidya said in the beginning, we know and we don't know. This is what she said. This is why everybody is here. And this is why everybody is smiling today. Yeah, it's because if everybody really did know, if you all did not know what Ananda was, then you would all come with a long face. Oh, please help. Very sad. How are you? I'm also sad. Let's all be sad together and let's have this support group and go and learn about Ananda. So nobody would have greeted me with a smile. I got a resounding, laughing, smiling welcome. Everybody appeared to be so happy to see me right from the car. Whoever met me was showing all 32 teeth, Maybe 28, because in this country they take out wisdom teeth. So all 28 flashing smiles. So that tells us something, correct? So if we didn't know, if we were in dire search of Ananda and we didn't have any clue what it was, then we would have all come here with a long face and said, oh, so sad. Can't wait for this retreat. Dad, I have to do something now. And then again, if you are in this smiling mode and if you are laughing and greeting each other and greeting me, that means what? You already know what is Ananda, correct? Because you are laughing. There was no joke, you are still laughing. And so that means you know what is Ananda. Then my question to you is, what are you doing here? If you know it, then why should you attend a retreat called What is Ananda? Right? So this itself, our own experience, shows us that there is something funny going on. Yeah. I know and yet I don't know. And that is the whole, in this hand movement, this is the thing. This means I know what I am capable of. I know what I am aspiring for, and I am not there yet. Somehow there is something there that is missing. A missing link, they say. And so, to discover this missing link, what is this thing? And to understand this Ananda as it is given to us by the Upanishad, we are going to be spending a few sessions. And to help us in the Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a whole segment called Ananda Mimamsa, which we will be looking into. Mimamsa means analysis. Analysis of what? What is this Ananda? That is the analysis. And in this analysis, a lot of pertinent questions are asked. Who is this seeker? What is the object that is sought? Is Ananda, which means happiness, is it an object? Or is it the subject? Or is it neither subject nor object? And what is this Ananda? Is it subject to becoming sadness? This is some of the questions that are asked. And through a very unique comparative analysis, this is discussed in detail, because the second Valli means chapter of the Taittiriya Upanishad, is called Brahmananda Valli. The Ananda of what? Brahman. What is this Ananda of Brahman? Iska kya matlab hai? No, there is Coca-Cola Ananda, new restaurant Ananda, Pepsi Ananda, Dil Mange More Ananda. That is the advertisement. And Coca-Cola is it because they advertise it as the real thing. What is the real thing? Coke. We say the real thing is Brahman, Sat, Chit. But no, for the global consumerist culture, what is the real thing? Coke. This is the real thing. And so there is various kinds of Ananda. And then there is also Ananda of Brahman. This is what we have to get out of the heads. This is where the confusion lies. And so Brahmananda Valli dismisses that confusion very beautifully by having an intriguing tagline in the beginning, you know. I think they learned Twitter from Taittiriya Upanishad. Yeah. So Taittiriya Upanishad begins with the hashtag Brahmavida apnoti param under 140 characters. Yeah. This is the hashtag. Then the Twitter goes, I don't know if Twitter goes viral, but you know, Twitter shuts down because of too much activity. Kim tat Brahma? What is this Brahma? What is this Brahma? Everybody is tweeting. Yeah. Twitter is the account. Tweeting is what you do. Correct? See? Yeah. It pays to have teenagers in your life. They tell me all these things. So the whole Twitter shuts down. Why? Because everybody is asking. Because if this kind of a tag is there. What is the tag? Brahmavid apnoti param. The knower of Brahman gains the ultimate. And we are not talking of frisbee here, okay? Yeah, please. We are talking of something even more ultimate than the experience of frisbee. Yeah. We are talking about the being oneself, really. So the knower of Brahman gains the ultimate. And this is a very intriguing tagline. And if this is the tweet, Upanishadic tweet, and I'm not saying this just for fun. The word Taittiriya comes from the birds Tittiri. Yeah, they're not blue in color like the Twitter bird. Tittiri birds, apparently, this is one particular derivation of the word Taittiriya. These birds, these rain birds, called Tittiri birds. I think in Rajasthan they call them Titeru. These are the birds. So they make the noise and they are the harbingers of rain. And so they were tweeting on top of this tree and the rishi sitting underneath. To other people it was just certain chirping sounds. But since the rishis are in meditation, they heard something else. In those tweets, they could reinterpret those tweets as Brahmavida apnoti param tadesha bhyukta satyam jnanam anantam brahma yo veda nihitam guhagyam parame vyoman. This is what they heard, and this is exactly what they taught to everybody that came after them. And what is the tagline? The knower of Brahman gains the ultimate. This is what everybody wants. Everybody wants to stop being a seeker. Really, that is what everybody wants. When will you free me from samsara? This is the prayer. When will you give me darshan? Because the word darshan means the darshan of the ultimate will make me stop seeking. When will I become one with you? These are our folk songs. Aankh micholi kyun khel rahe ho? This is in the song. Why are you playing hide and seek? You being the whole, the Lord, we'll talk about that later. Me being the one who is seeking. You being the one who is the ultimate, that I don't know. Why are you playing hide and seek? 1 minute you are here, 1 minute you are gone. So then the Taittiriya Upanishad says that in order to stop seeking and gain the ultimate, you have to know what is called Brahman. Then in the Twitter universe there was a lot of activity. What is Kim Tat Brahma? What is this Brahman? What is this Brahman? What is this Brahman? Who has to tell what is this Brahman? The Upanishad herself has to tell, is it not? And what does she say? She gives 3 words to define Brahman. Satyam, Jnana, Anantam Brahma. That we'll see later. Yo Veda, the one who knows. The one who knows this Brahman as what? As an experience? Wrong. As something other than oneself? Wrong. As something sitting in heaven? Wrong. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. The one who knows it as the truth of oneself. Really. So the one who knows Brahman as oneself, that is what is called Ananda. Is knowing oneself is Ananda, really. According to this Upanishad. So if knowing oneself is Ananda, that means I am Ananda, yes. You are Ananda, I am Ananda, everybody is Ananda. And that is something we have gone from, we have made a very big quantum leap in the manner in which we seek. First, we are seeking what is called experiential level, at the level of gaining more and more experiences, hoping that it would make me whole, hoping that that's the last experience I want, hoping that that's the last thing I will seek. And then after that, what happens? From there I have graduated to seeing that what I need to do is grow into knowing myself as the non-seeker. Knowing myself is going to make me a non-seeker. This is what I have to understand. And in this understanding is my redemption. This is a quantum leap. So everybody is a seeker. There is nothing, special about being a seeker. Because I'm seeking restaurant happiness, Vishayananda. Then some people with a little more aesthetically qualified, they will seek Vidyananda. What is Vidyananda? Reading books, searching the internet for various things, and having certain, things in mind, researching certain topics, doing PhDs, studies of various kinds, even spiritual studies, Vidyananda. So we have Vishayananda, we have Vidyananda, and then we have what is called Brahmananda. This is what I am saying, the Brahman, the Ananda centered on Brahman. It is not separate from these two, really. Because when you say Brahman, Brahman's Ananda, we are treading into a very interesting territory. Because Brahman itself is Ananda. So what do you mean by the Ananda belonging to Brahman? It's like saying Rahoho Shiraha. Yeah. Rahu's head. Who is Rahu? Huh? Hinduism 101. Come on. Yeah, who is Rahu? This much we should know. Huh? Yeah, one of the 9 Guru Grahas. But what is the specialty about Rahu? Rahu is all head, correct? Yeah. Rahu is all head and Ketu is all tail. So if you say tail of Ketu, it makes no sense, correct? This is called Aupachariki Shashti, the 6th case, the possessive case, the genitive case, which is saying my book. Supposing if I say my paper, my book is the book or the paper belonging to me, right? But here if Rahu says my head, it's all Rahu is all head. So Rahoho Shiraha, Rahu's head has no meaning at all. Because Rahu is all head, it is just for the sake of formality we say Rahu's head. Similarly, Brahmanaha Ananda. Brahmanaha Ananda means Brahman's Ananda is what? Is like saying Rahu's head, Ketu's tail. Because all of Brahman is nothing but Ananda. And that Brahman happens to be you. Yeah. So Vishayananda, in every happiness that one seeks, ice cream happiness, movie happiness, yoga happiness, bhoga happiness, sudoku happiness, meeting a friend for coffee happiness, movie happiness, mall happiness. How do you spell mall? Huh? M-A-U-L, correct. Yeah. They see that, they remember that from the last retreat. Very happy I am. So, mall happiness, and then, going here, going there happiness, marriage happiness, children happiness, house, buying a new house happiness, going to Caribbean for vacation happiness, cruise happiness, aeroplane happiness, grandchildren happiness, retreat happiness, everything. All these happinesses are what? Are really Brahmananda. Vishayanande, Brahmananda. Vidyanande, Brahmananda. Yoganande, Brahmananda. In every Ananda, all the Ananda belongs to Brahman alone. Who is that? The subject, you. That is what it is. Even though one thinks it is centered on the object, it is really centered on the subject. There is nothing. The object is nissara, without essence. This is what it is. But not knowing this, I attribute the happiness to the object. This is what is called adhyasa, a superimposition. So when I attribute something to an object, a happiness to an object, it is called a positive superimposition. This we studied last time. What is that? Shobhana adhyasa. And then when I attribute a hatred to an object, this is also a superimposition called ashobhana adhyasa. So the whole life we are living unhappily ever after in a whole series of superimpositions. This is what it is. This is what is called samsara. And we'll break very soon, but I just wanted to say, we'll see more about this in the next session. But I wanted to say one thing, is that if the happiness really belonged to the object, then the sight of that object, the gain of the object should make you happy all the time. Correct? Yeah. Is that true? No? Just think of the teenage children. Yeah. Do they make you unconditionally happy all the time? You have to wonder, correct? Yeah. First you have to see, are they in the next room or are they here, before I answer the question. I'm saying specifically teenage because that is a difficult time. They are discovering themselves. You are discovering who they are. In fact, you are discovering who they are not really. And they are discovering whether they are adults or children or where they fit. They don't know. They are swayam confused, anyan confusayanti. They are themselves confused and they confuse the parents also. And so therefore, we have to, that's why I gave that example. Because they are in the process of trying to discover themselves, and the parents are in the process also. They give the parents a great gift because they make the parents seek Vedanta. Yeah, this is a very good gift. They instill Vairagya in the parents. And the parents go in search of gurus as soon as the child hits 12. Yeah. Because no answers come. All the answers are exhausted, Parents are exhausted. And all the repertoire of parenting that they had is exhausted. And then they say, okay, this requires serious intervention. I have to see what this is now. Correct? So really speaking, if the happiness was centered on the object, that object should make you happy all the time. But that is not the case. Why that is not the case is a very, very important thing to understand. And that is not the case because this is very, very important. Because three things have to come together to enjoy happiness. First is the object should be available, correct? Second is the karana. Karana means the instrument of enjoyment should be available. Like if you're already full, you've eaten and come. Your friend has invited you, but you forgot that it was a lunch invitation, or you didn't know. You ate and went, and then there was a big buffet of all kinds of wonderful things that you like. Are you able to eat? Not at all. So the karana of eating and digesting, which is the stomach here, is non-available. So therefore what? That is one problem that is not there. So the first is the object should be available. The means of enjoying the object should be available next. And number 3, which is very important, the psychological temperament of the subject should be a conducive temperament to enjoying that. Suppose you get some bad news or you have a fight with the spouse and then somebody gives you a wonderful meal. You don't feel like enjoying it at all, correct? Your mood is off. So these are the ways. That is why the happiness is so elusive. Because if one thing is there, another point, my point exactly. I love it when things get illustrated on their own. Makes my job easier. The mic toppled over, too much Ananda. And one stone we can bring and weigh it down. Indian way. No?
It's okay.
Very practical solutions, correct? In India they would bring a stone and tie it to the leg of the mic. Everything is okay. So, these are the 3 things that have to come together for a conducive experience of happiness. The experience means the experience for it to come, together and manifest itself. The experiencer should be there. The experiencer should have the appropriate karana or the instruments of enjoyment. Enjoyer should be there. And the object should be available, number 2. And number 3, the mood of the enjoyer should be a conducive temperament to enjoying that. Otherwise, there is no enjoyment. That is why all happiness is supposedly fleeting, supposedly finite, supposedly elusive, making us, compose sad songs. Darshan kab doge? Aankh micholi band karo. Stop playing hide and seek with my emotions. When are you going to come and permanently abide in my heart? When are you going to make me stop seeking? When are you going to, give me this which I want all the time? We will see that in the next session after the tea break. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Yeah, quick 20 minutes, come back exactly at 5 and we'll start on time. Om Tat Sat. That scene records?
Yeah.
How? But how does it, where is the microphone?
Inside.
Really? This is fantastic. Lovely.
Is that from Costco?
Amazon.
What is that from?
Shobha, in between, please shut this off. Put it up. Shut this off, make new tapes each time.
Yeah,
Name
we'll
them.
do that.